This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 846 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is an excerpt from the Driving Radio Show. Dr. Wendy Ying and Glenn the Keek take a look at changes for autumn, things that you need to do and things that you need to be aware of to help you and your horses transition through the seasons happy and healthy. And we'll get right to our tip after this shopping tip from equestriancollections.com.
Hi, Glenn here with the Horse Radio Network, and I am with Debbie from Equestrian Collections about a brand new service that they are offering for all of our international listeners.
Yes, hi, Glenn. You know, we have an awful lot of international customers, and we are trying our best to pare down what they are paying in shipping, because international shipping is very expensive. We have partnered with a company called Bongo International, and that just started this month. What that is, it's a place that international folks, and many of them are already members of Bongo or are familiar with Bongo. You become you actually sign up for an account with Bongo, and that is kind of like PayPal, where you have an account with them. And then you can shop on our site, choose anything you want, and you will only be charged domestic shipping. And that means American shipping rates. Because when you sign up with Bongo, what they do is they give you a U.S. shipping address. So when you place an order on our system sees that as a domestic shipment. So you only pay domestic prices for international shipments. And you set up your account with Bongo however that you want to. I think you can use this system to shop on many different vendors. We're partnering with them for our site. So if you are an international customer, we do have all this information on the site. It's on the lower left-hand side of every page. Just go to that Bongo site and read about it, and see if that might be something that you might be interested in. We think you'll find it. It will really help you with international shipping. We're always looking for ways to help our international customers. We welcome and look forward to helping them and to shipping to every country. So please take a look at our new service called Bongo International.
I'm here to talk about something that you and I both can associate with, and it's
Being
about
whiny sick people.
Yeah, whiny sick people. So, as most people know, Chinese medicine is based on the seasons. So we do different things to, like, when you transition through the seasons. Like, why do people get sick certain times of the year, right? So right now we're coming to fall, and fall changes from the hot summer heat to cool and dryness. And also the meridians associated with the fall is the metal element, which is the lung and the large intestine. So one of the things like that you're experiencing right now is what?
A cold.
Cough, cold.
Cold and cough, yep.
Right?
Yep.
I'm having my nose gets so stuffy. I'm having tons of allergies. Some of the things you might also see, especially in horses, are colic, constipation, because the metal element not only is the lung, but it's also the large intestine. And, you know, this is, like I always say, Chinese medicine is a way to explain the world around you. So one of the ways we can explain the world around us in this instance is, like, people move around a lot. It's the end of the season for the summer showers, like the Western and the show hunters and blah, blah, blah. So their chi is down. Everybody's like susceptible to colds. For you and I, we are totally naive to baby colds. I like to call it baby shipping fever, right? So these people put their kids back into into nursery school, and they're like, fomites for carrying this horrible flu around. And people like you and I that have no kids get really sick because we just don't have the antibodies to that. Also, you're used to coming from like, okay, sweaty, hot weather where you're drinking, you make sure you drink enough fluids, you have Gatorade, blah, blah, blah. Now it doesn't feel so hot, so you're not drinking as much, so you get a little bit more dehydrated. The horses feel like that too, and dogs, they stop taking in as much liquids and they can get impactions. So one of the things also with the metal element, I've talked about the metal element before, but let me just remind you. So the metal element is like organized, right? Like this little box. It's kind of aloof. Like Beaker is totally metal. And
Right.
Jen and Beaker are totally metal. So, the summer is kind of time for fun and, letting off some steam. And the fall is time to like, get yourself rejuvenated, start planning for winter. This is time when the metal really organizes, like the ants. You know that story about the ants and the grasshopper?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay, you and I are the grasshopper. Jen and Beaker are the ants. So the metal now needs time. You have to help the metal nourish your body. You have to, make sure you support your immune system.
So
by
what
drinking.
practical things can we do?
You need to drink plenty of fluids.
Alcohol count or not really, huh?
Not really.
No, okay.
Which is downfall for me. But you need to you need to get on a better routine now, right? You need to get more sleep. You need to support your immune system with more foods high in vitamin C, like citrus fruits, because citrus fruits will really help you ward off colds. Because people are traveling around, like kids are going to college, people are moving everywhere. It's now time, instead of having a lot of raw foods like salads and things, it's now time to have more soups and more cooked foods because that's easier to digest and also brings moisture into your large intestine. The same thing can be said for the horses. The grass starts to get dry. Like right now, look at my grass. My horses are out in a swamp right now, right? So over the next month, it's going to start to dry up and they're going to start to get drier foods. So it's a good idea for someone like me to start doing mashes for them and things with like more flaxseed meal that also moistens the gut. Yam is also a good thing to add to the diet, like cooked yam, because it helps your qi and also nourishes your yin.
For the horses?
For horses and people.
Huh.
Or pumpkin. Like cooked pumpkin is actually very good for horses, people, and dogs and cats.
I didn't know that.
And even cats will eat pumpkin. Even beasts would eat pumpkin.
Huh.
And pumpkin's really good, especially for cats when they have constipation or, hairballs. They're trying to pass hairballs.
Right.
So you could do pumpkin, some cooked pumpkin and some coconut oil or some flax oil.
So we should make pumpkin pies for our pets?
You should make pumpkin pies. And one of the things that you should really do, like eat for the season. So one of the things that's really popular in the fall season, I mean, nowadays we have all kinds of vegetables, right? All year round. Like you can get pears all year round. But traditionally, pears were like a fall food, pears and apples. So pears are really a great thing right now because the pears are one of the most powerful foods to help nourish your lungs. They break up phlegm. And they relieve coughing, but they also help your bowel because they have lots of fiber and they're very moist. So you can have uncooked pears that really help with your lungs. Or you could have like some steamed pears or like some kind of cooked pears. And that really helps with your intestines and with if you have a lot of phlegm.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
So... And like I said, all the elements are connected, right? So if your metal element is really stressed, it affects the other elements too. So you could experience like some emotional problems. So grief is the emotion of the metal element, right? So now's the time to think about like, oh, it's getting darker. Oh, like we live in Florida, so we're lucky because I have this problem. This is why I have to live in the South. As soon as the days get shorter, I get completely depressed. I have SADS.
Well, one of the things I haven't gotten used to yet, this is going to be our second full winter in Florida. And I haven't gotten used to the not dreading winter coming because we lived in Massachusetts for a while, and you dreaded winter coming when the days got shorter and September, October rolled around. You just knew winter was coming,
right?
So you kind of dreaded that. And Jennifer keeps reminding me as I go into my winter dread mode. She keeps reminding me that, hey, look, down here we like winter. Winter is our season.
Right. Yeah.
I have to get that through my mind yet.
I know, and it is. It's very. I think that's really why I love Florida so much, because I am really affected by the length of day, and you have to realize that some animals also are. So if you have an animal like say you have a mare that's she really has a hard time going through her transitional time with her cycling, like. That could be a mare that really does have SADS. Or the dogs, like, oh, the dog just doesn't want to do anything, lays around, sad, or they're nervous about something, or they're stressed, or they're more afraid when you go away, like have more separation anxiety. That's something that can be treated, and you can treat that with herbs or acupuncture or behavior management. But as long as you acknowledge that, and sometimes it even helps just to, with people, at least it helps just that you acknowledge that that's a real disease.
Right.
And so you're with your dog, even if you just acknowledge, okay, they're afraid of thunderstorms and I'm going to spend extra time with you when it's thundering. It makes a big difference.
Or buy a thunder shirt.
Buy a thunder shirt.
Which really worked for our dog.
Yeah. But that makes them know that you actually take the time to put the thunder shirt on.
Yeah.
Or for the horses. And if they're starting to get really upset about the transition, okay, don't push them that day. Do something else. Go for a trail ride. Because that's really important about Chinese medicine too. It's not just the body, but the body and the mind and the spirit are all interconnected.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Dr. Wendy, where can people see some of the past posts that you have put up about this kind of stuff?
You can see that at drwendyying.com, and you click on my blog, and it'll have some information about the change of the seasons and some food recommendations of what to do. And it's always best to start with food changes. Especially transitional seasonal times. We're right in the time where you could change a little bit of your diet and maybe you won't experience any of these pathologies if you're lucky. You and I started too late, obviously. but so that's always the best way to do it is start with diet.
I was on an airplane. That's where mine came from.
I know.
Yours came from little kids. So...
yeah.
That's why we both elected not to be parents, is because we didn't want to be sick half the year every time a kid came over from school.
I know.
But anyway.
Well, not just that. We would lose them.
That's true. Yeah, we would be in jails. Where would
I would leave mine on the top of the car.
That's true.
Are you one of those people that leaves them on the top of the car and they're baby seat and I'm texting and driving and don't notice that the baby's on top there?
I would totally leave them in the cart at Walmart. And, I'd be walking out and going, what did I forget? Well, thank you, Wendy. Appreciate that. I want to remind everybody to get the app in the App Store for the Horse Radio Network. Just go to horseradionetwork.com or just go to the App Store, iOS or Android on your phone, and search for Horse Radio Network. Download it. You can listen to all the shows there, including the Driving Radio Show. It makes it very simple and easy to listen to. We've had thousands of people doing that. We have a couple of new shows that have come out. The Blaze Kids Radio Show is now in full swing and to come out with another episode this week. If you have some kids that are in the 8 to 14 range, they will truly like this show. It's horsey related, put out by Blaze Kids Magazine, and it's a lot of fun. A little different than the other shows we do.
And that's a wrap. To listen to more tips on everything from barn care to websites for horse people, just go to horsetipdaily.com and go to the Tropics drop-down menu on the left. And don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they make these podcasts possible, both here in the United States and internationally. This podcast has been brought to you through the generous support of EquestrianCollections.com, now offering Bongo International shipping service. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.